Good day! Welcome back to Sir Blasphemy's Travels. I am Sir Blasphemy. So glad you're joining me today because I don't have anything else to do and I'm not traveling. Today I thought I would do an episode for you of cooking with Blasphemy, and I thought that maybe I would make hamburgers on a classy grill and see what your thoughts are on that. So join me in this episode and we'll have some fun cooking some hamburgers on a classy grill. This is how to do that. So now what we're going to do is I like to cook with 93.7 on lean beef. I like to use that because it's not as fatty and it doesn't light your grill on fire like Bonfire of the Vanities in this thing. Okay, so this is what I like to do. I've already prepped this now. This is some of the stuff that I use. You have your standard salt, crushed black pepper, Montreal steak seasoning. This is fantastic. You can use this on hamburger steaks. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then sauce. Yeah. So those are the four things. Keeping it simple. Nothing too crazy. I can do many different things, but that's what I use just to do a basic, good tasting, flavorful hamburger. So now we'll take it out here. All right, there. Make sure, of course, you wash your hands. I did wash my hands before that, before scratching my ass. So that's fine. And let's throw that there. We get this here. And let's open this up here. If I can get it out. And I stack them just like that. And like that there. Try to keep them together. Normally I like to use ground beef that isn't pre-pattied. This is just to keep it simple for the video's sake. But I even like to make the patties and maybe mix in a little egg and make them a little fatter, a little juicier. Maybe I'll do another video on that sometime. But all I do is this. Now let me wash my hands first and we'll get to how I season them. I'll be right back momentarily. All right, now we're back. And we're going to do some seasoning. So you can always be liberal with the salt. I recommend that on chicken. Well, not so much on chicken, but I've definitely recommended on meats like steak or on patties like beef because it just seems to bring out the flavor. Very, very good. So, but that's entirely up to you. You know, I wouldn't want to have you serving this to somebody that has high blood pressure or something like that. But, you know, easy on the salt. But here we go. So I like to do it like that. You get yourself a little crushed pepper here. Just like this. You can use regular pepper too as well. This is just what we prefer. Miss Anthrope, by the way, is the one holding the camera. So she's doing the filming. But we like to use this on ours. Just kind of sprinkle it around a little bit. You don't have to go too crazy, but I like to do it quite a bit because it seems to add flavor for us. So there we go. With that, take a little bit of the Montreal steak there, seasoning. And put it around the hamburger there. Just a little bit there, and you can use at your discretion. So if you like a lot, use a lot. If you like a little, use a little. And of course, some Worcestershire. All right. So there we go. Put that on there. Kind of being a little bit too liberal with this right now. I usually just like a little sprinkle here and there. Also, I might throw this out at you. Now, like Miss Anthrope, she has a gluten allergy. W sauce has gluten in it. So you might want to be aware of that. If you have any guests over, anything of that nature, you can lightly use it. It doesn't seem to irritate Miss Anthrope that much, but it is a case anyway. That's something good to know if someone has a gluten allergy. So just be wary of that. And that is what you do to prepare the hamburger. This is what I like to do now. I'll take it and I'll put it in the refrigerator until about 30 minutes before I cook. I like to bring the hamburgers out and set them out and let them get to room temperature. They just cook better that way, more evenly. And it's something that I find that seems to hold the flavor in a little bit better, but it's entirely up to you. You can pull it out of the fridge and just immediately throw it on the grill, but I would recommend leaving it out, letting it get to room temperature about 30 minutes before you're ready to grill. So that is the prepping stage of making a hamburger right now. So that's how I do it. Maybe that's some tips for you. And trust me, they come out fantastic. And then when you're going to cook, as I'll show you here in a little while, you'll be able to cheese it, whatever cheese you like on the grill, and you'll get to see that happen. So in a moment, you'll be checking it out on the grill, and we'll get that going. But first, let's take a walk outside here. All right, and as promised, we're getting ready now to barbecue the great and wonderful hamburger patties that I prepared. So the first thing I wanted to do is introduce you to the type of grill I use. Now, some of you folks out there might have fancy, beautiful grill, probably not as fancy as mine, which I'll show you here in a moment. But you've got to grill. I personally like to use charcoal grill. Some of you might use pellets or use propane. It's whatever. Just remember, with the propane grill, when you're cooking hamburgers, they will cook that fast because hamburgers cook fast anyway. But without further ado, let me introduce you to my grill here. Now that is a crappy grill. Let me give you the features of my wonderful grill. This is a tailgating grill, aged about 940 years. It's been cooked in relentlessly. And on the very top, because I've lost the covering for the grill. What do you call it? The what is it, misanthrope? The oh my goodness, I can't even think of it. The rack. Thank you very much. Here I am forgetting all about the names there. Brain fogging. I've replaced that with a cookie, a cookie setting there that is bent in half from all of the heat bending it inwards. So that is my grill. And just to let you know a little information about this grill here. I entered this 2 years in a row in an ugly grill contest and lost. How do I lose? How do I keep losing? Year 3 is coming up. If I don't win a new grill in this contest this year, it's rigged. Somebody is screwing the judges. I don't know what to tell you. So that is what we're going to be cooking the hamburgers on. And let me tell you, if I can cook hamburgers on that grill, you sure as heck can make one heck of a great hamburger on your grill. All right, and here we are with the grill, looking classy as ever. It's time to cook on a crappy grill. All right, so here's what we're going to do here. Just a little bit of lighter fluid there. So we'll take this down here, and we just put a little bit on there. Don't overdo it, or you'll have some kind of college frat party bonfire that you weren't intending. Now, I always like to let it wait for a second. And when you put your charcoal in, since we're just cooking hamburgers, you don't need a lot of charcoal. You don't need a ton of it, because it'll just burn forever and hamburgers cook quickly. So you might want to add more if you're doing steak or even chicken, or especially if you're cooking a lot of meat products, you know, on there. But like hamburgers and hot dogs, if you're just doing it for you and maybe another party, just keep the charcoal to a minimum and it'll get hot fast. So we've let this sit for a moment. So here we are. We're going to light this a little bit. Look at this fancy grill. You know you like what I'm doing here. All right, look at that. See, if you try to stick your thing in there too fast, that thing will light up and explode in your face. That's how you learn how to grill properly. So you haven't been grilling long if you haven't had the put in some lighter fluid and had it blow up in your face because you lit it too quick. So you let it set on the coals. There you go. So what you're going to look for here is the coals to get gray. You don't want them to be predominantly black, okay? Gray means that they're hot, and that's the perfect time to start cooking. So let's wait for the coals to get gray here. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes while this lights up, and we'll get ready to throw the burgers on. So there's that for you. So let's get on with the cooking here momentarily. All right, as we can see there, nice and gray, just about where I want them. This grill is ready for some patties, so let's get them on. What do you say? All right, here we go. Getting it next to the grill. let's set these down here for a moment. There we are. Your best friend is a trusty spatula. In this case, I have a Dallas Cowboys one. Yes, I'm a Raiders fan and a Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't care that you don't like that I have two teams. You can blow me out there. Now, let's get these put on the grill here. So, we've got our burgers ready, the grill's ready. Let's get this on. All right, so now I've got Miss Anthrop helping me out with this. I'm trying to scoop this in here the best I can. Now we're gonna throw them on this crappy grill. Move some of this around. There we are. Throw them on there. Listen to them sizzle. You know you like it. There's this one. Trying to get it loose there. And uno mas. There we are. Now, we've got them cooking there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let these cook for about, I don't know, about 5 to 10 minutes on each side. It'll probably take me about 20 minutes to cook all 4 patties, and I'll flip them about 4 times. Flipping is essential. You want to make sure you cook it through. And there's your patties on a crappy grill. And we'll check back. Let's cover it, and we'll check back in a moment and take a look at them. All right. So, as we wait on the meat, and you always want to wait on the meat. As we wait on the meat, I like to relax and do things, stare in nothingness, enjoy the sunny weather, whatever the case may be. I always have my trusty stogie, as you can see right here. And I have my trusty ale. One should always have some quality ale at their side, or some wine, whatever the case may be, while enjoying the finer things in life as you cook on the classiest grill you've ever seen out there. There's no problem with having class. There's no problem with being yourself. So, as I sit here and wait on the meat, I'm going to puff on this and enjoy some ale, and I hope that you're enjoying this video so far. This is how to properly make hamburgers on a crappy grill. All right, so now, get these open. I'm going to flip them one more time. So one thing you want to look for when it's done is you can kind of see the juices kind of coming through. They're not red anymore. So when you see that, you know that your burger's probably done in the middle. So I'm going to give it one more flip. Also, the outside edges, if you notice, have a nice reddish, kind of brownish tint. That'll let you know that it's right about there. And look at that, on the back side, it's perfect. So now we're gonna, pardon me, this is a shitty grill, so you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah, so we're picking that up, flipping these over, and at this point is where I would go ahead, because this probably got 2 or 3 moments. On this side here, these burgers are about done. This is where I would put on the cheese. I'm not putting on the cheese because we're actually going to eat this a little bit later. So I want the cheese to be fresh. So right here, in your moment here, after about 15-20 minutes of grilling, throw on your cheese. Look at the way these burgers are. That's perfect. It's a nice red tinge, everything. So you put your cheese on here, you cover it like this. If there was cheese, boom, 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 I'd put it on all 4. I would cover it, and I would do it for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to pull them off the grill. All right, so as you can see, they're done. And we're going to scoop them up, and we're going to put them right here. Now, normally there would be cheese on these right now. But you can see, they're done. If I can get them up without knocking them into the grill themselves, because my grill is so fancy. But there you are. And there, right there, is your hamburgers. Perfectly cooked on a crappy grill. That's it. That's all you have to do, so do your thing out there. And that is how you make quality hamburgers on a crappy grill. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, even though it's probably a bad idea and your family and friends will hate you for it. But you should do it anyway. All right, and that is enough out of me today. I hope you enjoyed. Stay away from the plague. Sir Blasphemy out.